Hello, Norman Woodstock Spalding. I'm a radio broadcaster, a bare-bones version in a skeleton nation. Now, I want to remind you of something what's standing before you. I call myself the absolute and only and last remaining monarch, the king of the Jews, of Jewish genetics, a very dangerous thing for this fact. Every once in a while, out of Jewish genetics and DNA of humanity, comes one that appears that absolutely affirms to you there is a distinguished, specific, precise evidence in all cases that there is absolutely a creator position of this cosmos. There is a position of creator, and this one demands it appear right now before me. And when it won't, I am going to spit in its face. I will spit in the camera in lieu of the face of the Lord. Now, I demand you appear before me right now, creator of this cosmos, this planet, of me, of every possibility that ever could possibly have possible. Appear before me. Well, it didn't. I just spit in the Lord's face, demanding that you absolutely understand there is a creator. Do you understand that? All of you that have faith, I have absolute evidence. I don't use faith. Is weak as your maker. The maker of the cosmos is weak and cannot appear before me right now. And so I crack it. Quit it. My maker is my puka. Ha! Stop it. Help the puka. The puka. Now, I do not have any kind of much influence over this puka. Quit bugging me, you pookie. I was created by the third thing, and if I had my way, I wouldn't be created by it. I'll tell you that right now. When I watch what's going on here, I certainly didn't have to get created. Did you? Well, ha! Don't do a 100 dumb creator and a dumb, okay. Now, this is a very priceless place, not remarking to that. So priceless, I wouldn't certainly leave the surface here and go in there and look into Mars. Westinghouse, GE, selling Buck Rogers to idiots. Why don't these terrorists have enough brains to take care of Westinghouse or GE? Oh, no. We got to hit the World Trade Center. You idiot! You blew it for terrorism! What terrorist isn't like an idiot thief that ruins it for the next one? Each human right here is a thief. You're going to squander your life. You're going to miss it. You're a thief. Built by a bigger idiot, your maker. Ruining it for the next generation, the thief. Well, now nobody gets to steal anymore because of you. Won't pay the usury on the thief note. This is a thief note. You got it? Thief note, thief note, thief note. And you had to wreck it. Being stingy. The only thing that ruins this is one thing. One thing only. Stingy. Up here. I don't want to pay any tax. Why? I think it's a privilege to pay tax. Why wouldn't you? I wish I could have paid a lot more tax in my life. So much I could brag on it. Who here can brag, and why don't you, on how much tax you paid? And why? Why aren't only those that prosper taxed? And why don't they stand up and say, I prospered, I taxed. I am superior to you. How can somebody get paid from tax collecting and expending that and call their paycheck taxable? And they aren't allowed to vote either. You're in a conflict of interest. You just got paid from somebody spending tax money. You are in a conflict of interest to vote. You are not free. You are duty bound, you Bahaifa. And we don't want to take any of your check for tax. You are not taxable. I'm not going to tax your check at all. And you don't have any benefits. You bone morp, and you're not labor. You're overhead. Labor isn't overhead. It's the heart of the whole production staff. And has to explain to management every time it turns around how to do its job. Labor. Is it represented now anywhere? No. Has it been for how long? Ever since there was a situation of labor. Ever since there was a situation of labor, never been represented, ever, by the staff laboring and filling the shoes with somebody that makes it a nice place to live. Every time somebody gets in the staff of labor, they brown nose the situation and wreck it for the next guy trying to wear those shoes. Every time! Brown nose and Skypa! And those who won't brown nose, get out! Labor is for brown nosers. Ain't it? Producing nothing. Overhead. Dragging it down. Hot air! Misdescribing, using terms out of use, out of description, calling this money, yelling you can prosper whenever there's no way you can prosper with this note. There's no way possible to prosper. Appear before me right now, my maker.